Well, hey, neighbor, come on over. It's me, Angie. Guess where I am? I'm outside in my yard. It's almost 80 degrees here in Mississippi. I'm riding around in my wheelchair. My azaleas are blooming. James cleaned out the flower bed in front of the house. Um, and it looks great. But that's not why we're here today. We're here for the neighborhood chat. I'll ride around the yard some. Maybe let you see a few things. I can't believe that summer's almost here, but it is. Well, let's get spring in first before we do summer. But I wanted to have a neighborhood chat with you outside in the breeze. The wind is blowing so good. It's kind of cloudy. Cloudy's not bad. Not for me anyway, because I can't take the heat anymore. But I wanted to tell you first and foremost, before we got started with this neighborhood chat, I always say I love you and there's nothing you can do about it. I wanted to start off saying that because I don't really know how this video is going to go over. Man, I got the lipstick on thick today, don't I? Yes, I do. Anyway, getting back to our neighborhood chat, I just want to remind you all that I do love you. And these videos that I come to you with, I just want it to be something that you can get something out of, because I get something out of every one of them. And no, I'm not talking to a particular person when I do the video. I'm just throwing all this information out there. Throwing pearls out, as my grandmother used to say. She'd say, I'm throwing pearls out, pick them up. So I guess that's what I'm trying to do, is throw a few pearls out there, and maybe you won't have so much heartache, because the less heartache we have to go through, the better. The world's already in a situation that is hard enough without us adding to our problem. And a lot of time we add to our problem and don't even realize we do. But anyway, today, food for thought today is, we all have a purpose. Do you know what your purpose is? In our Christian belief, which that's my belief as being a Christian, we say as long as you have breath in your lungs, you still have a purpose. You say, it's me, Angie, I don't have a purpose. I don't know what it is. Well, just because you don't know what it is doesn't mean you don't have one. I used to think for a long time I didn't have a purpose. But now that I look back on my life, I definitely can see the purpose, the reason I was here. I raised 2 beautiful children. Now I have a granddaughter. I've been married for 36 years almost. No, I didn't give great speeches. I didn't become the president of a bank. I didn't make $1 million. Haven't yet, but I hope to before I die. There's a lot of things that I didn't become that I really wanted to become. But I can't take it lightly that I have accomplished a few things that I wanted to accomplish. I remember being a teenager and thinking, all I really want to do is have a family. To be a mother and to be able to have children to mother and be the greatest mom I could ever be. And I'm not bragging on myself, but I think I come close to being what I wanted to be as far as mothering my children. So don't beat yourself up too much about not accomplishing a lot during your life. We make choices. And I made a few choices that, boy, did I have to reap the consequences of it. And I'm not talking about good consequences. And I'm sure y'all have too. But we can't dwell on those. We have to move forward. You know, you're never too old to find out what your purpose is. Uh, I see these people go on America's Got Talent. These people that are in their 70s, 60s, and 70s. And they say, I've lived my whole life and I've always wanted to do this. I've always wanted to sing in front of a group of people. I've always wanted to dance. I've always wanted to be a comedian. And they would do it. And the audience would just love them. But here's the thing. When you're searching for your purpose, don't be phony. I mean, if you are acting like something that you're really not, you'll never find your purpose. Because you know what? You have to be real with yourself. You have to realize that everybody is not going to like what you do. They're not going to enjoy your purpose like you are. They're not going to be interested in it. Now, I don't know if it was my husband's purpose to be placed on this earth to go hunting, but he absolutely loves it. He absolutely, it's in his being to love everything about hunting. I've never understood it. I've been married to him 36 years and still don't like it. I don't want to hear the stories. I really could care less if the deer heads were hanging up in my house like they are now. But you know, he has to have trophies. No, we don't waste the meat of the deer. He doesn't kill them for just trophies. We actually eat deer meat. But I could care less about deer hunting. But he absolutely loves it. So you know what? I've supported him in that. And sometimes I joke with him and say how much I really don't like it. But sometimes we have to compromise when we have children or loved ones or husbands or wives. And if our mate has something that they really enjoy doing, you know, we got to get behind them if it's a hobby. You know, I've talked about this before. I never did have a hobby. I think my children were my hobby because I devoted my entire years from Matt was born in 1990. Taylor was born in 95. From 1990 to 2013, when Taylor graduated high school, I devoted my entire life to those two children and wouldn't take anything for it. Loved every minute of it. Still devote my life to them, but of course they have their own lives now. I know what my purpose is now. I already know what it is, and I hope you find your purpose. Having a purpose makes you get up in the mornings and thrive and go on. Now, I know we have other responsibilities like taking care of our family, cleaning house, buying groceries, paying bills. Oh my gosh. I had a friend of mine tell me one time, bills don't come due every month. They come due every 2 weeks. Then I started to believe her. But as you get older, and as I've gotten older, I don't know if everybody's like this, I've realized don't sweat the small stuff. My goodness gracious. The things I used to worry about in my 30s, I look back now and think, how silly were you to worry about something so simple? And you know, with my faith, I just trust that every day is going to bring me health and wealth and more neighbors and more joy and more peace. You know, don't let someone steal your peace. You know, if you don't have peace, you can't find your purpose. You know, you might think your purpose is silly. That, oh no, I could never do what I really, really desire. And you know, that's what your purpose is the thing that you really, really, really desire to do. That's your purpose. And you say, oh, I can't do that. My family would not understand it. Well, they just might. And if they didn't, they might do you like I did James all these years. supported him in something I knew he loved, which I don't think hunting's his purpose, but it's something that he loved to do. He loves to garden. You know, I reap the benefits of all the things that he does. The garden, the hunting, him working. You know, those cards and letters keep coming in every time the paycheck comes in. So I really reap really well from all the things that he does. So step out there. Take a chance. You'll never know till you try it. If you try it and it doesn't work out, try something different. At least it'll take your mind off negativity. Who wants to be negative all the time? Which I do realize we have people that are like that want to be negative Nancy. And I hate to use that name because I'm sure there are some beautiful people named Nancy that are not negative. Nobody wants to be around somebody that's negative all the time. I don't. Now, I know that we all go through a dry spell, and we all go through heartache. And we have to know that we can't be happy and cheerful all the time. But let's try to be more joyful and happier than sad and mad. You know, don't be so angry. You know, anger doesn't do anything but, you know, it causes heartache between you and the person you're angry with. And 9 times out of 10, if you're angry with somebody, they don't even care anymore. You've done hurt your body and broke it down, and they're not even worried about you being angry at them. Don't hold on to your childhood where you thought your parent didn't raise you right. You know, because when you get to be 18 or 19 or 20, you have to make a conscious decision to say it doesn't matter how I was raised. I'm going to make a choice to be different. So you can't always blame somebody for the way you are. I know it's hard to relive some of the memories that some of you must have went through when you were younger. I don't even want to imagine what they were. But you can get through them. I mean, whether you have to talk to somebody about them, don't hold them in. Because, you know, there's more room out in space, out in the atmosphere, than it is inside this body of yours. You know, your mind will make you think that it's really, really huge. But if you throw it out there and say it out of your mouth to somebody, get that burden lifted off of you, it doesn't seem so big anymore. And definitely don't have fear. Fear will cause you not to take chances, not to become who you really are. You know, don't be scared. Don't be scared of things that you want to try. You know, my granddaughter is 2 years old and she doesn't know what fear is. You know why? Because she hasn't felt pain enough. You know, that's what causes fear, is a lot of people have experienced pain. But you have to say to yourself, I'm not having this fear. I am going to step out and I'm going to try this. Whatever it is that you're afraid of. When it comes to fulfilling your purpose. You don't want to get 70 years old and look back and say, oh my gosh, I've wasted 70 years and I haven't done anything. You don't want to be that person. I didn't want to be that person. You don't want to be that person, do you? I don't think so. I told you this was going to be a hard chat today. So when you're thinking about your purpose, write things down of how you want to better yourself, who you want to become in 2023. Who do you want to reach out to? Who do you want to pay it forward to? Because, you know, we're all connected. That's why I can say that I love you all. Because no matter where you live, I know that We're all connected to each other. We're all going to just continue to live on even when we leave this place. You know, our body's going to die, but, you know, we're not. We're just going to keep going on. I mean, that's my belief. So, if you learn nothing from this chat, just know that your purpose is important. Just think about it. What is being held back in your family because you haven't brought forth your purpose? What is something that can change in your family dynamic because you have sat back and not really went with your desire? Because you're comfortable with being who you aren't. More than you're comfortable of taking a chance to be who you really are. So quit faking it and just show who you really are. People are going to love you. And if they don't, especially on YouTube, do you know how many millions of channels there are on YouTube that they could click over and watch somebody else? But the ones that are meant to be in your life will be there. And you'll feel fulfilled. You'll make new friends. You'll feel love like you've never felt love before. And you'll be happy, peaceful. You'll have joy on the inside. And when heartache does come, because it will, if we live long enough, we're going to see heartache again. Because somebody's going to pass away. Somebody's going to get sick. Somebody's going to leave us. Somebody's going to not want to be our friend anymore. Something bad is going to happen. But after we find out who we really are, we can deal with it better than if we just fake it who we are. Don't pretend that your life is all good when it's not. And don't pretend it's bad when it really isn't. You know, some people just want sympathy, and, you know, and people to feel sorry for them. I don't even know what that would feel like. I don't even want that. I don't even like that to come out of my mouth. But there are some people out there like that. But neighbor, just know one thing. It's a beautiful day here in Mississippi, even though it's cloudy. And I am so thankful I woke up this morning, was able to come out here and see it. The birds are singing. My wind chimes are playing a beautiful, beautiful song. The flowers are blooming. And even though I'm in a wheelchair, everything is good. Life is good. You know, I don't think I'd change a thing. Would I want to walk again? Absolutely. But would I change if I did start walking again? Would I forget about you all on YouTube and just start working and living my life again? I hope not. Anyway, neighbor, I love you all so much. Thank you for dropping by the neighborhood chat. And remember, we only have one life to live. Live it to the fullest. And you know, I go live every Tuesday around 10:30 a.m. Central Time. Like, share. Don't forget to ring that bell, because that lets you know when I'm coming to you with another video. Make a comment. I love your comments. And I don't want this video to go over 20 minutes because we humans don't have the attention span of that long. So I'll just say for now, until we have another neighborhood chat, find your purpose. Start living it. And you'll be so happy you did. Bye, neighbor.